Hello children, my name is Fahmida Khalik and today we are going to do a very heart-touching poem which is written by Adrienne Rich, and the title of the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Children, Adrienne Rich was born in United States of America. She was born in the year 1929. She was an essayist, a poet, as well as a staunch feminist. She was credited for bringing the oppression against women to the forefront of poetic discourse. And also she is believed to be one of the most widely read and influential poets of the late 20th century. Let's talk about the poem, what the poem is all about. The poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, talks openly about the male chauvinism, or we can call it as it talks about the gender conflict which is prevailing in the society. Though we talk about it or we don't talk about it, but it is very much there in the society. Children, let's see what issues the poem touches, and these are very sensitive issues, and you will have to have some knowledge about certain kind of terms. For example, you need to know what patriarchal society is, what male chauvinism itself is, and then you need to know that what is feminism and how can we deal with the poem or the situation in a better way. To understand the poem in a better way, let's first understand these kind of terms. So before diving into the details of the poem, let's first understand this thing that have you ever seen, see this slide talks a lot. This slide talks a lot, ladke rote nahi, that boys don't cry. So why do we have this notion there in the society? Why do have we this kind of a tagline with males that you don't have to cry? So here lies the problem. The problem begins here when every mother at her place tells the son that, oh, you son, you don't have to cry. Okay, fine, why are you crying? You're not a girl. So the notion that is infused in the child from the very beginning that you are a male, you are a masculine person, you don't have to cry. This crying thing belongs to the ladies. This crying thing belongs to women and the girls of the society. Why are you bothered? Why are you crying? You need to be strong. So this is where he is pushing and brimming up the emotions and building up all the emotions inside. So what results in chaos, confusion inside the man, and this boy he becomes very aggressive, he becomes very kind of that he doesn't speak, he doesn't talk about the emotions, he tries to hide the emotions, and what happens then later on in the stage of life, in the later stage of life, is that all these emotions are brimmed up and he is full. When he is full with age, with the passage of time, these emotions need to come out, children. And what happens then is that these males, they look for the soft targets. And who can be the soft target? It can be a female. And who can be this female? It cannot be the mother, it cannot be the sister, because there is the father in the family and he is to support and have an eye on the boy. What happens then in the later stage is like when the girl is married to him. Yes, children, it is the wife of the boy who later on becomes a prey to this predator. But now we have to understand who is creating this predator. Who are making these predators? This is the mother. This is the female. A female is making him understand that you don't need to cry, you don't need to be weak. So all these emotions belong to you. You don't need to be sympathetic towards anyone. You are a man. You need to be strong. So this is the thing which we are like giving to the society, and then the society is like this, what it is. So this is the ugly face of the society then. So all this thing then develops, or it gives rise to the term which is patriarchy or the patriarchal society. Now what is patriarchy? Kind of a society, a system of a society where the power lies in the hands of a man. He has the control, be it inside or outside the home. He looks for all these things and he is the man in charge, he is the person in charge. No one can do anything unless he is giving the permission. And this is by default, children. If, for example, there is no father in the house, father is supposed to be the head of the family. Then, God forbid, if no father is there, he will be replaced by the eldest male child. Why not the mother of the house? Why not the mother of the family? Why can't she be the lady of the house? She is there, but for the name of it. for the heck of it, the mother. But ultimately, all the decisions are being taken by the male child or the father of the house. If it's a joint family, then it will be uncle or someone like who is a male member. So this is the story of almost every household. So now there's a web diagram. If you see, please have a look on it. There's a web diagram. This will clearly tell you, this will clearly show you what patriarchy does to the society. See, jobs are there, but women are not paid enough. They are not paid equally to the men. They are underpaid. And certain jobs are there which are believed to have only and only for the men. These are to be taken, these positions are to be filled in by the men. Why not the females? Are they incapable? No, but it's the patriarchal society. Unequal pays, unequal job opportunities, gender bias, female children of the family are not loved that much. There can be n number of issues which are like there in the society because of this patriarchal thinking. And this is the thing, gender bias, gender conflict, and then this gives rise to the male chauvinism itself. And these are actually, all these lines what you are seeing, children, these are actually the tentacles which are spread by the one thing, one monster, and that is patriarchy. Different forms of patriarchy in the society. So now talking about the poem, this poem deals beautifully with the concept of male chauvinism, and it also tells us about the feminism. So the poem states, Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Now dealing with this thing, if you will clearly look at these lines, children, this whole poem is actually, let me tell you first, it's written in 3 quadrants, each quadrant comprising of 4 lines. So these 4 lines are here. I'm taking the first stanza for explanation first. Let's understand these lines in a better way. So now here, what is Aunt doing? Aunt Jennifer, who is oppressed by her husband, she is dominated by her husband and she is choked. She doesn't have a say. She doesn't have a voice to raise. And she is not able to raise her voice because she is not given any authority. She is treated more like an object in the house rather than a wife. And this is very much clear by the kind of trauma she is going through the poem. And we can understand it and we can feel it in every word of the poem. Now these 4 lines are there. So she is making, what is Aunt doing? Actually, Aunt is making a tapestry. She is weaving kind of embroidery on a piece of cloth. It can be a cloth, it can be a wall hanging. So she is doing this tapestry, creating a motif. And then, what is there in the motif? What is there in this tapestry? She is designing the tigers. 2 beautiful tigers, 2 handsome tigers, bright topaz color. That is, they are bright yellow, shining yellow. And now, when she is creating these tigers, she is very much into it. And why? Because she is actually wishing to have this kind of strength in her own being. As I told you, she doesn't have a voice, she doesn't have a say. She is so tormented, a broken soul, an oppressed soul by none other than her male counterpart, her uncle. Now, uncle is not there, but his presence can be felt in every part of the poem. Now she is making this tapestry and designing these tigers, and they are bright yellow and they are denizens. There's a word used, denizens of a world of green. Now a world of green is obviously it's the forest. And denizens means citizens. Now why is she using this word? Don't we know? Aren't we aware that tigers live in forest? Yes, we are very much aware, but why is this word used? Because when you are in your own realm, in your own kingdom, you became powerful. You try to be the kings of that part, that area, that, oh, this belongs to me. And this is what tigers are feeling when they are in their world of green. They are in the forest. So they have all the power, all the might, and everything in their control. And that sense of belongingness, that yes, this belongs to me. This is my world, which Aunt could never feel in her life, though she is married for a long time, because she is old. This is written there in the poem that she is old. That means she is married for a long time. But she doesn't have that belongingness. She is more like a guest in that house and treated very badly. And these tigers are ferocious, fierce, and fearless. They walk, they prance in a chivalric manner. This chivalric word is used, it was used earlier for the knights, for the bravery and courage, for that strength and power. So actually, this is the symbol. They do have that power, they do have that belongingness and strength in their own world. That is why they feel powerful. And they are walking with that, keeping head high, with the proud feeling that yes, I am the owner of this place. So children, this was about the world of green, and plus there is one more thing I can add to it, and that is this world of green, we can say that this is actually taken from the Darwin's theory of survival for the fittest. That one who is fit, one who can fight, can survive. And second, green is the color of the poison also. So this is how we can relate it to different things, this color green. And now coming to the second stanza of the poem, Aunt Jennifer fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily on Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now what are these 4 lines? Let's talk about it. These 4 lines clearly state that how oppressed she is. It brings forth the kind of slavery she is into by her husband. She is oppressed, she is tormented, maybe she is beaten also. It's a clear case of, we can say that it's domestic violence. And then what is happening here, that whatever aunt has to do, she has to ask the permission from the uncle first. When he approves, then she can do whatever she wants to do. This is very clear because this time it's written that fluttering through her wool. Why would anybody's fingers flutter? And why would she find it very difficult to pull the ivory needle? Ivory needle is not that big. It's not that overweight that one cannot hold it. So why is aunt feeling this kind of a pressure? Because in the mind, it's going on in her subconscious that what if uncle will come, he will enter, and then he will not approve of what am I doing. And then he will stop me from drawing this or weaving this tapestry or motif. Because whatever she is doing, she has this inner feeling that I want to live this fearless life, free life. And she is actually making this motif just to find an escapism, just to find a vent out, just to find create an alternate world for her emotions. Because there is no one who can hear her plea. And now she is creating it, designing it, so that she can be little happy and feel that, yes, I am like a tiger. This is my life. And uncle, obviously, he is not going to like it. That is why she is under a threat and her fingers are fluttering and quivering and shaking. And now coming to the band. Now coming to the massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Now, tell me children, honestly, if we gift someone any kind of a gift, for example, any present, we give them presents, we give them gifts, on birthdays, on anniversaries, what do we call this gift as then? Finally, after a couple of years, after a couple of days, they start telling this, that, oh, this is my gift, this belongs to me. But here, what is written there, deliberately written by the writer, that massive weight of uncle's wedding band. Now, look at the ring. This belongs actually to aunts. This belongs to aunt. This is aunt's ring. She is wearing it, but still it's named as uncle's wedding band. So this is first thing that you have to note down. And second important thing, it's massive. So how big is the ring? And that looks massive for this aunt. So it's actually not the weight of the ring, it's actually the burden that is associated with the ring, that comes with this ring, that came years before with this ring. When a girl gets married, she has these kind of hopes that, oh my God, I'm going to go to a new house, I'll meet new people, we'll just have my own world. But nothing happens here with Aunt Jennifer. That is why she is incomplete. And she is finding this a burden. This is the burden of a bad marriage she is gotten. This is the burden of the atrocities that are with the marriage, that are associated with this marriage, which this marriage has brought into her life. So she is finding it very hard and very massive to wear, because she is caught as if she is in a cage. And like I said, in the world of green, I gave you different explanations for that. Here also we can just associate this ring with so many different things to get a better picture what is happening there and why is this ring there. Now, first of all, I told you that why is it massive? And second, why is it uncle's band? Now, what is this ring? Now, this ring is like the ring of that circle, and I feel that this ringmaster is uncle who is holding this ring, who is holding the whip in his hand, and the leash is in the aunt's neck, and he is making her dance as per his tunes. So she is bound within that confined circle. So there can be different explanations for this ring. And then it can be that, something that you wear around your pet, that you have to catch hold of him, you have to tame him properly. Now, coming to the third stanza of the poem, children, when aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. And the tigers in the panel that she made will continue to prance, proud and unafraid. So now, coming to the explanation of these lines, it is very much clear here that the writer is telling us, the poet is telling us what will happen to aunt if she is dead. Even if she is dead, children, she is telling us that she will never be freed completely from that torment, from that cage, because that torture is so deep into her soul that she will still feel that as if she is bound, and she will still feel that I have to do these ordeals, day-to-day chores for uncle, what she used to do, cook food, serve tea, do each and everything for like a servant, like a maid. She has to be on toes and pass him on everything that he needs. So that is her ordeal. See, she doesn't have a job. She is not financially independent. So she is very much dependent on uncle. And now she will feel that no, even if she is dead, but she will still feel that I am still bound to those ordeals, bound to those responsibilities. And then she will not find peace. Her soul will not find peace, even if she is dead. These will continue doing so, children. And yes, she will not find peace. Aunt will not find peace. Tigers will continue prancing in a proud manner. But what will happen to aunt? That these ordeals will not let him take rest. The atrocities she has faced, the trauma she has gone through, the physical abuse, mental torture, and whatnot. So this will not let her soul take a rest. She will be restless even after her death, because these things have been taught to her by uncle, with all that torture and all that physical pain, and that is how she mastered these ordeals. And this will not easily go. This will remain there even if the aunt is dead. So this finishes the poem. So let's deal now with some positive aspect that is still there, that is still hope is there, as I told you that feminism is there. And now let's see what is the effect these days that we see. What has these kind of things brought into the society? What changes are there in the society? Society is changing. I'm not saying that this is completely changed and we are 100%, we have 100% achieved the goal. No, this is not that. I'm not saying that. But the change has begun. And it will obviously reach to the heights. And now, how it is, you can see on the screen that how this woman is having all these, she has all these hands and she's multitasking. This is the current picture of a modern female with the concept of feminism backing her there, empowering her. And then what about the mentality of males? Yeah, it's changing. It's a positive sign. Earlier it used to say that how can you change a diaper? You're a man. This is your wife's job. Let her do it. It's her thing. But now it is said, as you can see, real men change diapers. So this is a shift. This is a shift from the traditional roles of males. And there are so many movies, if you can see, Kiyanka, Dangal, and women are almost everywhere. Pink, movies like Pink, Queen, the sole protagonists of these movies are females. And they are in their lead roles. So this is a change. And then there can be women in almost every field. Women are in banks, women are in Navy, they are in Army, they are almost everywhere. They are pilots, they can fly jets. So children, what I believe is that we still have a long way to go. We still have an uphill task to do. But yes, together we can and we will bring a change in the society if we see the world through the eyes of feminism. And if it will not happen, let me warn you that this thing, this Aunt Jennifer, her oppression will be transcended to the coming generations. And this will continue on like this. So we do have to somehow put a full stop to all this. And this we can do only when we both, men and women, we will come together and think like that, think alike, work alike, and then work for the betterment of the society. Now finally, children, let's talk about some poetic devices that have been used in this poem. So first there is alliteration. Let's see the alliteration. Fluttering fingers, fingers fluttering, and prancing proud, chivalric certainty, and then comes weight of uncle's wedding band. So all these terms are actually alliteration. Then comes the symbols. There are so many symbols that are used in the poem. Like right from the very beginning, if you see the color, topaz, yellow color, tigers itself, the world of green. This can be the imagery, plus this is a symbol also. And there are so many symbols, uncle's wedding band, which sits heavily on aunt's hand. So that is also a symbol, and it symbolizes her oppression, the cruelty which has been done by the uncle towards her. Then there is irony also, children, which can be seen when through these tigers, which Aunt Jennifer is herself creating, and it's ironical that she will not be, even if she will not be there, they will continue to prance in a proud manner. So they will be like fierce and ferocious for all the life, and this will continue like this. As I told you that we do have to change and we will have to bring a full stop. So this is ironical if we will not change. So hope you enjoyed the lecture. Bye-bye and take care.